Sure. Better be Gryffindor!
Today, I'm here to inform the students of Communications 110 about one of my favorite authors, J.K. Rowling. I will discuss the early life, Harry Potter, and current life. Now on to my main points. My first main point is the early life of J.K. Rowling. Joanne Rowling was born on July 31st, 1965, and grew up in Gloucestershire, England, and Chepstow, Gwent in southeast Wales. Her parents are Peter and Anne, and she has one younger sister, Diane. She studied French and classics at Exeter University. In 1992, she married Jorge Orantes, and in 1993, they had a daughter, Jessica. Rowling wrote under the pen name J.K. Rowling as she didn't want to discourage boys from reading her books just because she was a female author. The K stands for Kathleen, which was her grandmother's name, and J.K. Rowling doesn't have a middle name, which is why she incorporated her grandmother's name. Her mother, Anne, was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and passed away before the publishing of Harry Potter. This information can be found on the About page of J.K. Rowling's website. I have just discussed my first main point of the early life of J.K. Rowling. My second main point is J.K. Rowling's most famous work, Harry Potter. She began writing Harry Potter while on welfare and struggling to support her and her daughter after her divorce with Jorge. The idea originally came to her while on a train in 1990, which was before her marriage and divorce. According to biography.com, J.K. Rowling published on April 7th, 2020. The first Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by 12 different publishers before being published. The first book was published in June 1997, and the seventh book published in July 2007. The last book was published in July of 2016. Between the 7 books, they have sold over 500 million copies and has been translated into 80 different languages. The 8 films have grossed more than $7.7 billion worldwide, according to Nicholas Rapp and Krishna Thakur in their article, Harry Potter at 20 billion in box office revenue, millions of books sold, published on August 11th, 2020. I have just discussed my second main point of Harry Potter. My third main point is the current life of J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling has been married to Dr. Neil Murray since 2001, and they currently live in Edinburgh with their son David, born in 2003, and their daughter Mackenzie, born in 2005. Though often credited as the first author to become a billionaire, Rowling denies this fact. Forbes estimates her wealth to be around $650 million as of 2017, and estimates her charitable donations over the years to have reached at least $150 million. According to Jay Reid of Business Insider, in his article, J.K. Rowling, Who Denies Being a Billionaire, made $54 million last year. Here's how the famous Harry Potter author makes and spends her fortune, published on April 16th, 2019. He says that she is charitable with her success as she pays Britain's top tax rate of 45%. She does this as she once had to rely on welfare to support her and her daughter, so she does this to pay it back. She also founded the Anne Rowling Regenerative Neurology Clinic with a $60 million contribution, and she founded an international children's rights organization called the Lumos Foundation. Rowling also founded the Volant Charitable Trust to alleviate social deprivation across Scotland. She has published other works since Harry Potter. In 2012, Rowling published her first novel for adults, The Casual Vacancy. Under the pseudonym of Robert Galbraith, J.K. Rowling has written 5 crime novels. In 2016, she collaborated with playwright Jack Thorne and director John Tiffany to come up with the 8th book of the Harry Potter series, The Cursed Child, as a playwright. She made her screenwriting debut in 2016 with the Fantastic Beasts series, which the 3rd movie is currently in production. I have just discussed my third main point, the current life of J.K. Rowling. Now I have discussed my three main points, the early life, Harry Potter, and current life of J.K. Rowling. Now I will leave you with a quote from J.K. Rowling. "We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided."